The Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
My friends, in our last session, the Golden Shears sailed east out of Verbalbank aboard a cargo ship, headed for the town of Emridy, and beyond it, Emridy Meadows, the site of a significant battle in the region's history, as well as the personal history of at least some of our heroes. At some point during the voyage, Nori spotted a lifeless body floating in the current. The crew quickly responded, pulling the waterlogged corpse from the river. The bloated, saponified remains contained no clue to its origins. However, under the darkness of night, the corpse reanimated. And through it, the voice of Nori's patron, both soothing and nightmarish. The matron lauded Nori's perhaps unwitting role in the entity's mysterious machinations, thwarting the Dark Druid's plot to summon Anthraxis and free Zugatmoy. The matron warned of the demigod Ayuz, now consolidating power and seeking the means to ascend to godhood and upset the balance of the deities. Nori revealed that she now traveled to Emridy Meadows, to the great cleric's tomb, seeking answers to her forgotten memories, to the source of her sorrow, fueled by the growing belief that her brother Nalvin might not be in fact dead. After 3 days of travel, the party disembarked on the southern bank of the Velverdiva River, the dusty path heading south to a small town of Emridy. Along the way, the party coined their Golden Shears motto, "Friends don't stab friends," while discussing Nori's proclivity for shadow and death and the deal she made with the matron, not to mention a little incident that they had with Desmond's sleep stabbing. Perhaps all of that is now far behind us, perhaps not. But as if on cue, a boom of a thunderhead crackled in the sky and rain began to fall. Pulling their cloaks tighter, the party made haste towards the town of Emridy. Now, upon their arrival, the party paid a visit to the chapel of St. Cuthbert and met Father Marco Terriel, who offered them tea and a bit of conversation. Nori inquired about Emridy Meadow, and the parson described recent troubles with local herdsmen, losing livestock to slaughter by an unseen menace. Father Marco went on to describe an unnatural bank of fog that had settled in upon the fields of Emridy Meadows, a phenomena that could be linked to the loss of the livestock. Xanthe and Desmond made mention of the party's prior achievements, battling minions of Zugatmoy, thwarting the demon's reemergence from the Temple of Elemental Evil, little stuff like that, averting catastrophic apocalypses. At this, Marco implored the party to help the people of Emridy during their time of need, as if St. Cuthbert himself had called the party to this time and place. After a piping hot cup of Golden Shears coffee and a blessing from Father Marco, the party bid the cleric farewell and made their way across the now puddle-laden road to seek further information from the proprietor of the Rock Powder Inn, a man by the name of Milton Wallace. And that, my friends, is where we will pick up with tonight's adventure as you are dodging puddles, as you make your way across this wet, now muddy road, the rain falling in sheets sideways, thunder crackling overhead. You can see that the Rock Powder Inn is worn, perhaps nearly forgotten, but given the general lack of activity in town, that's not unexpected. This is, again, as Father Marco had mentioned to you, sort of a forgotten place, a place that was once bustling with activity during the heyday of its limestone quarrying commerce, being driven by mining and their connection to probably Verbalbank and other places east on the Velverdiva River, but now quiet. As you push open the heavy wooden doors, you feel a blast of warm, smoky air that greets you, carrying the aroma of roasted meats and ale. The inn is dimly lit by a flickering of lanterns and the glow from a crackling fire in the hearth. As the afternoon chill, the rainstorm is set in. This is a welcome place for you. The room is generally empty, aside from a group of 6 men that are seated at a long, sturdy oak table near the center of the room. They take no notice of you as you enter, but the proprietor, presumably Milton Wallace, a man of what appears to be middle age, balding head, perhaps a little bit jumpy as the door swings open and you enter. I'll be right with you. Help yourself to any place that you want to sit, really. I'll be right with you.
Okay, thanks.
You see that there are a variety of places for you to sit, aside from this long table at the center of the room.
I guess we won't be sitting at that one.
I mean, I immediately press the digitation myself and the rest of you to dry us off, and if there's a dirty table, I can clean that too.
Handy, let's say.
The tables are generally fairly tidy. It doesn't look like there's been much here, but yes, they are perhaps maybe not to your standards necessarily, as you give them a quick,
I will do that to
disinfect.
clean that off. Yeah, a little disinfectant.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll sit by the fire over there.
You sit by the fire and you hear the men at this long table just kind of talking and low. You don't really make out what they're saying necessarily, but they appear to be partaking in whatever fare is being served on this cold afternoon / early evening. You hear one of them shout, "Wallace, another round. Make it snappy." And you hear from the back, from out of sight, "Yes, Sergeant. I'll be right with you." The man comes running out as you see a woman emerge, and she starts to fill flagons from a cask behind the bar. He comes up to you and says, "Well, we weren't expecting any visitors here. What could I get you? Can I interest you in some stew or perhaps some cobbler? We don't have a whole lot to serve, but we do have soup, stews. What is it? Are you hungry? Thirsty? Perhaps you're thirsty. We have ale."
I'll have a stew and an ale, please.
Yes, lamb stew and an ale. Okay.
Sure.
That sounds great. I'll have one of those as well.
Of course. And for you, sir, ma'am?
For all of us.
Stews and ales all around.
No, I'm not hungry. I'll just take an ale.
An ale for you. Yes, of course. I'll be right back with that. Thank you for coming by. And he kind of hustles off, and you can see him. He goes up to where the woman is pouring from a cask and filling up these 6 mugs. And he quickly takes 2 at a time and rushes them over to this other table, setting them down and taking the empty mugs off the table. As you sit there, you feel a sense of a little bit of a tension in the air as he seems to be hustling to try to make sure that people are taken care of. Again, it's quiet. There's no music. There's no fanfare, and there's no other people in here. It's very, very dead.
Can I do an insight check? Is the proprietor, Milton Wallace, is he nervous because like those military guys are here? Is he like afraid, or is he like trying to impress them, or like what's the vibe?
Yeah, go ahead and I think an insight check would be appropriate.
Okay.
The rest of you, as you shake off your wet overcoats, your cloaks, you can feel the warmth of the fire. You watch as Milton runs over and throws another log on.
I think Nori's just staring at the table. She's not looking around right now.
Okay.
Lost in her thoughts.
All right. How about Desmond?
Des is just kind of hanging out, trying to act normal. So he pulls
Good
out a
luck with
pipe.
that.
Okay. Yep. Pull out a pipe.
Gonna be.
Yep. What about Alrin? What is Alrin doing?
I'm sort of tuning my lute a little bit. We came into a tavern, there's nobody here. We're about to get ales and stuff. I'm just gonna start tuning it a little bit, pluck some notes as I'm sitting there waiting.
I got 21 on that insight check.
21. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. You get a sense that you don't, it's hard because you don't know the man, right? You don't know what his baseline might be. So there's really not a lot to compare it to. He could be either a very high strung, he could be nervous, or kind of bending over backwards to impress or to serve these men. You look around and you can see, as you look at these men that sit at this table, there's 6 of them. They have in front of each of them a wide-brimmed leather hat that sits on the table. They each have these familiar blue cloaks that hang from their shoulders. And you can see that they're fastened with metal clasps that bear the symbol of Verbobonk. This is something that you'd seen before, Xanthi, when you were in Verbobonk, being worn by the mounted borderers. But there's something off about these men as they sit, and laughter erupts as they're swilling their mugs of ale. You can see Milton Wallace comes running back out carrying food. As he's bringing it towards you, he sets it down in front of you, an ale for each of you, and some of the stew for the 3 of you, I should say. You can see that there's tender chunks of lamb that appear to have been simmered in a rich gravy. There are root vegetables, carrots and potatoes and the like. And then there is a small side of what appear to be some sort of mashed potato or tuber of some kind. And Milton looks at you each and says, should I just start a tab then? Or will you be staying for a bit? I could start a tab if you like. Otherwise, you can pay now.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Start a tab.
Okay, very well, very well. Thank you. Let me know if you need anything else. And that's when you hear one of the men, a stout figure with this sort of meticulously groomed mustache. And Xanthi, you're kind of eyeing them up at this point, still sort of doing your insight as you're looking around. The place doesn't seem like a dive per se, but definitely it's worn out. Like this place is way past its heyday. There are, large rough-hewn timbers that make most of the construction. And it's like hanging on. But you look at these men and they seem to be well fed. They appear to be well off to some extent. The man with the groomed mustache, kind of cold, calculating eyes, slams its tankard down on the table and calls out to the proprietor, "You call this slop food?" He shoves his plate away with disdain. "I've seen better scraps fed to pigs, Wallace. You think we're fools? We deserve proper meals, not this filth." He leans back in his chair, his arms are crossed, and he's got this kind of smirk. "Make sure our tankers stay full. If my ale is even half empty, you'll be the one paying for it. Understood?" He sneers. His eyes are glinting with menace, and the other men just start to giggle and laugh.
When he yells out the first time, which I assumed he was going to be rude, I play a very loud off-tune note. Obviously not in tune.
Okay. They take note of you. He looks over in your direction. He says, "If from out of town then, huh? Bit of a minstrel. Sounds like your instrument there is not working properly, or perhaps it's your fingers." The men laugh. They all start laughing again, as if he just made the funniest joke.
Or the distraction of rudeness, perhaps.
Rudeness, you say?
Yeah.
And who's making the observation then? What's your name?
Just some out-of-towners.
Ah, you see that, boys? He likes to keep his anonymity in a big, bustling town like Emridy. Well, welcome to town. I'm sure you'll find it to your liking, strangers. And they go back to their drinking, and Wallace comes back out with another tray of food. This time you can see that there's a basket full of bread, and he's got slices of apple cobbler. He's like, perhaps I'll make it up with just a slices of apple cobbler, Sergeant. It was freshly made this morning by me wife, Ansrith. Well, tell your wife we'll be reserving judgment on the pie until we've eaten it. And Wallace is just kind of like, of course. And he just sort of like backs away and then turns and leaves.
So are we picking fights today? Like, are we going
mean-
to fight like random people?
It'd probably
Ray
be
looks
best
up
not
from
to.
her drink. You want me to fight someone?
Just, like these guys are really rude, and it seems to be bothering Alrin, and those poor people running this place. I just wanted to know if is what we're thinking.
I'm ready. Are we ready? I wasn't paying attention. I'm ready now. Well, these fists are ready to taste something.
Nori, as you turn to get up, you turn your head and you can see Milton Wallace is like rushing right up to there. How is the stew? Is it to your liking? More ales? Could I get anyone another ale? We're so grateful for the patronage. Thank you so much for stopping in. What brings you to town? Oh my! Another round of ales?
Mr.
Yes, please.
Wallace.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, the name's Wallace, Milton Wallace. I should have introduced myself. I am the proprietor of the Rock Powder Inn, along with my wife Ansrith, of course. We've been here for quite some time, and we're here to serve, and serve we do.
What is the deal with those jerks over there? Do you want us to do something?
Oh, no, I mean, them. Oh, no, that's no. These are soldiers from Verbabonk. They've in town to collect taxes and payment upon receipt. They return to Verbabonk and pay off those taxes which are due. It's a meager sum, but we do like to keep them happy and give them the hospitality that travelers like you and them deserve, especially on a rainy day like today. No, I mean, there's nothing for you here other than food and rest and drink, of course, and cobbler.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will enjoy your cobbler. But if you change your mind, we're really good at trash removal.
Oh, I mean, I fear that. I do not know what you mean whatsoever. And he's just like shaking his head back and forth.
We do lots of odd jobs.
Of course you do. And I'm sure, what brings you to town then? Jobs. There are not many jobs here, I'm afraid, anymore. And then you hear from back at the other table, the man that he's been calling Sergeant. Yeah, this town is dead. We can barely squeeze the tax monies out of these townsfolk. Which is true, says Wallace. We don't have much by way of coin, but we are loyal subjects of the Viscount, and we do our best. We do our part. Well, you could do a bit more, Wallace. Next time. Yes, of course. Business should be picking up soon, I hope. What did you say you were all in for in town? Again, we don't get many visitors.
We came. They came with me. I'm here to pay my respect for some fallen friends from the Battle of Emridy Meadows.
Oh, yes.
Headed over.
Understood. Well, a bit of a pilgrimage to make your respects. Yes, that is a terrible business, of course, that so many should have died. But again, in service to the people of this fine region.
It needed to be done. I mean, the righteous host did what was required of us, of them. I heard there's something going on with the field now, though. There's some darkness, something maybe that might be problematic.
Yes, it is true that there are reports of strange things happening. The herders, the shepherds losing stock, tragic and gruesome dismemberment of their animals. Farther south, there's reports of some strange, unnatural cloud or mist or fog that seems to hang in the lowlands over the meadow.
We were just across the way at the chapel, and they mentioned that there was some sort of sheep trauma that was going on. That
Indeed.
maybe someone would like us to look into.
Yes, of course. The shepherds have been reporting strange disappearances and outright dismemberments, as I said, of their sheep, not far south of town. There are a number of these shepherds that come into the tavern here, and perhaps if you stick around long enough, you might have a chance to speak with them.
Okay. Well, just to let you know, like we were over at Hamlet a few months ago, and we really helped them out with their goat issue. They were having something, harassing their goats, and we took care of that.
I see. Well, perhaps you're just the people we need here. This is quite fortuitous. And you hear from the other table, sheep and goat herders. Ha! What else do you do with them sheep when you catch them, huh? Huh, boys?
Well, you can come over here and we can show you.
You guys are rather distasteful right now.
You hear this distinct, how can I describe this? You hear this distinct sound of a chair being scraped against the floor over and over again. As the man called the sergeant stands up, he says, "And who's spouting off the disrespect? We are representatives of the Viscount." And he kind of grabs the brooch that's on his blue cloak, and he kind of holds it out, and you can see it's the same emblem as the mounted borderers in Verbo that you had met. The other men stand up behind him. What's this now?
The person who's bringing the disrespect is you. You are disrespecting the Viscount's good name by being so disrespectful.
Wait, whoa.
Why don't you act like a person in your position, and Nor you'll stand up?
That's right.
3 feet.
Des is just like,
You talk big for such a wee one, gnome. Perhaps it's time for you to be taught a lesson of respect. Your friends talk a good game.
I'm
Give
gonna
it your best shot.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion to make Nori's eyes seem like they're on fire.
Okay. I love it. Hey, what's up? Thanks for the cheers. Garner, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
What's up, Garner?
"Ooh,
Yeah, you are able to do that, no problem. And he just goes, "Ain't that pretty?"
Do I know what's happening? Can I tell what you've done?
Probably not.
You can actually, it's a lot, like you can see like what looks like fire, but there's no heat at your
All right.
eyes. Like you can see that it's a bit of fire. And, I'm just kind of looking over there.
It's
Nor you'll get up on her
obscuring your
tippy toes,
visibility.
then.
It's obscuring your
That's
visibility.
fine. I don't need
Yeah.
to see.
All right.
Don't make me angry, you guys. I swear I'll get my eyes really wide.
Won't
Milton
like
Wallace comes
her
in and
when
says, "Oh,
she-
now look, we don't need any trouble here. We do not need any trouble. There's no disrespect seeing anyone here at the Rock Powder Inn. Please, let's all just..." And the man says, "Why don't you step out of the way, Wallace, and we'll take this gnome down another foot or two. There won't be much of a gnome left if you do that," says one of the other guys. "That's true."
I wouldn't try it. You don't know what I can do. You don't know what I'm capable of. And
You don't know
I'll
what I
summon
can
the
do.
sword. Whoosh,
Yeah,
out of
you won't
nowhere.
like her when she's angry.
and I'll flail it around a little bit.
Just this tall hype.
Give me an
Yeah.
intimidation check, Nori.
Okay, here we go.
I would like to assist her by being a hype person.
Can I do it? Can I roll with advantage then?
No, just give me a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, intimidation.
Yep.
This is a 22.
You can see that he's laughing and sort of like looking at you, but you can tell like that he's slightly concerned as he sees you do a bit of your swinging of your sword around. And he says, "Looks like we've got a live one here. Tell me, where'd you come from, and are you looking for work? We could use a few good hands around here."
We could be interested if you could be nicer.
"This is my default mode, for fuck's sake. I'm not paid to be nice. I'm paid to collect taxes and crack heads if the money don't add up."
Could you be nicer to the proprietor then?
You hear that, Milton? She'd like me to be nicer to you. What do you think? Well, I mean, I think you're being plenty nice just the way that you are, Sergeant. It's totally fine. And he's just kind of like, he's like shaking his head.
Okay,
See
never
that?
mind that.
Plenty
what kind
nice.
of work are you talking about?
Well, the tax collecting kind.
Do we look like tax collectors?
You look like heavies that could maybe be useful in a fight.
Well, we are useful in the fight, but we don't want to do the kind of work that makes you feel bad about yourself on the inside.
Well, you're not going to find much else around here. Isn't that right, boys? We all feel terrible on the inside.
If we're collecting the taxes, what are you a lot doing?
Waiting for you to bring us the coin.
Sounds like a less than favorable arrangement to me.
Is that right? Well, if you're working for us, you're not paid to think. You're paid to collect and crack heads. You think you could handle that?
Hard pass.
Hard
I think
pass,
we've
yeah.
worked for enough jerks.
Very well,
Real
then.
pipe down.
Are we good here, then?
Well,
You
if-
tell us.
yeah, you tell us if we're still good.
What do you
know,
say,
it
boys?
is cold
we
and
good
rainy
here?
outside, and it's nice and warm in here. So, make a choice.
Make a choice, she says. All right. We're going to let the dice make a choice.
Oh boy.
Firebolt.
I think it's time for you all to sit down and have a drink and relax. Don't want to work for us? That's fine. I get it. But if you change your mind, it's lucrative business. The name is Sergeant Esker Dalton. Let me know if you change your minds on that. And then he turns to walk and he looks at Milton. He says, "Milton, get him another round of ales on the house." Milton's like, "Okay. Yes, sir." And he runs off and they start to walk back to their table. This guy kind of gives the sergeant kind of gives you one last look. They walk back to their table and sit down, start laughing. He must make some sort of a quip or something. They all sort of start laughing raucously.
I don't like them at all.
I really wanted to punch them in the face, you guys.
I'm
Yeah, I
only
get that.
afraid of lighting this whole place on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to trash the
It's
inn.
raining outside. The fire would put itself out.
Oh, that's true.
It
That's
would
a
ruin
good
that.
point, Alren.
Poor man's establishment, though. I didn't really want to do that.
Or just make things worse for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we might have already done that.
Well, if there's no bodies, there's no witnesses. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm
God
just
damn.
gonna drink
Who
this
are you?
beer.
Milton comes back with another tray of beers and sets them down on the house. Thanks for not
I put-
escalating.
I put my hand on his and lean in and say, "Not on the house.
We're paying.
Not on the house."
Thank you kindly. Thank you. And he sets the rest of the beers down and walks off. You hear the sergeant call out, "Minstrel, how about a song for to liven up the place a little bit? Give us a tune, or are you unable to get your instrument in the right key?"
I'm about to need to fix my instrument after I hit it over his head. I just play one note off tune and go back and continue drinking.
Told you, boys, he probably picked that up off of some carcass on the way down here. Much of a minstrel. They go back to doing their own thing. You guys sit for a while, and you finish your meals. You still have a half a mug of ale in front of you. As the door opens, maybe about 45 minutes, an hour after you arrive, the door opens and you see that outside the sky is dark and it's still raining, sheets of rain coming down. You can see that there are 3 men that walk in the door, shaking off the rain from outside. They look to be freemen, maybe from local farms, maybe shepherds. They come in for warmth. They shake their cloaks off, hang them on pegs near the door, sit down at a table. Wallace attends to them. They kind of look over at the tables. You can hear one of them say, "Busy night in here, huh, Wallace?" "Yes, the sergeant's back. And then some strangers arrived. Nice folk." What'll it be? They make their orders and sit down. You get the sense that they're locals.
Sheep thing.
They
Suppose
don't
they
really
know some
pay
stuff.
you much mind. They just sort of like, they're off doing their own thing. But yes, you get the sense that they're locals.
With the if Milton comes by again, I will ask him, like, are these shepherds? Is this would they know about the sheep issue?
Yes, of course. These are local shepherds. They may have some information for you. That one there is Ernie, and that one there is Phil.
There's a lot of Sesame Street names in this.
I almost said Bert.
Well, we had an Elmo.
Yes, we did. That's official canon.
Okay. Yeah, Xanthi will head on over and with her beer and just like lean in to these local shepherd guys and just say, "Hi, I'm from out of town.
Oh.
But I heard that you all have a sheep issue here with some kind of like traumatic thing attacking sheep."
Well, that's an interesting way to lead. Yes, of course. We've been having trouble with our sheep. Who are you, young lady? Now
Hello.
you have to realize, like, you are like a young girl in the eyes of these men, who they look rough. They have, their under clothing that they had underneath their thick woolen cloaks are dirty, as if they've been working all day. You can smell the body odor from them. They have gray hair in their beard, as though they've been doing this for quite some time. Who are you again?
Oh, hello. Let me introduce myself. My name is Xanthi, and I am one of the Golden Shears. And we specialize in helping people with odd jobs and finding um, things for them. And we just a few months ago helped out at Hamlet with something that was attacking their goats, and we took care of it.
Right. So, like animal rescue type of thing.
We can rescue an animal for sure.
Well,
We've also found a lot of missing people.
very, very good skill to have. You hear a call from the other table. Again, the sergeant. You can't believe anything that Ernest tells you. Talking about horrors in the mists, missing sheep. Come on, Ernie. And then you hear the companion, this Philip character. No, it's true. It's true. We've been losing a flock on the regular. It's picked up as of recent. I'm just down. I think it has something to do with the old quarry. Maybe there's some sort of a wild animal at work or something. Not necessarily has to be a monster, but I'll be damned if it's not cutting into our profits and our sweet little animals at the same time. It's horrible. It's true.
Has anyone ever seen it?
No, but we've seen the aftermath, the gut piles, the pools of blood, parts of sheep everywhere. It's enough to make a grown man cry.
A little bit like the goat issue, don't you think? I mean, if you're interested, we could look into it for you.
Yes, that would be wonderful. I don't know how we would be able to pay for your animal rescue services. And that's when you hear the sergeant. Yeah, they can't even pay their goddamn taxes around here. How you think they're gonna pay you a wage? Even if you do save their livelihood. Rats.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could work something out. She looks back over at her friends.
Oh, you gotta. Where are you all from? This is Ernie talking.
Well, some of us met in Hamlet, and, some of us met on the road, between there and Verbo.
And are you lost?
Oh, no, we're just kind of, pursuing multiple different jobs. So, we came here, one of our party is looking to pay respects to family, who have passed away in this area. And so I thought, I heard that there might be something for us to do while we're here. And, you all seem so nice, but I thought you might want someone to look into your sheep issue.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I mean, we could maybe take up a collection if you're able to help. If you can truly help us figure out what's going on and maybe put an end to it, I'm sure that we can come up with something.
Yeah, or maybe even just a place to stay while we're here. Might be nice.
You see Wallace has kind of come up and he's taking note of the conversation. He's drying his hands off in the rag and he says, well, I'll put you up right here in the inn for free if you'll help us out. The impacts to the shepherds, of course, well, it trickles down and impacts me, of course, and then I can't pay me taxes as I'm wont to do. We all like to do our part around here and all.
All right.
I think that would make things worthwhile for everyone. It seems like maybe we came here at the right time and place to help out. I'm amenable to the situation.
Sounds good. Can you tell me anything more about the creature that is bothering your sheep? Is it the sheep that you found? You said a lot of entrails. Is there any like mushrooms or growth, or is it slash marks or teeth?
I guess I don't know, miss. It was not obvious to me what happened, but I just assume it was maybe I don't know, a bear, a wolf, or I don't know, an owl bear, or
Yeah,
do you know
it's
where
never
the
an
most
owl bear, except for
do you
the
know
one
where the
time.
most recent attack was?
not too far south of town. And that's when you hear the door swing open. You hear this crack of thunder. And the wind kind of blows the door open and it slams against the wall and everybody kind of turns to look. And you watch as this man walks in. He's kind of a skinny man in an overcoat, a rain slicker of sorts, and he pushes the door and he's like against the wind, closes it as it latches into place. And he's just soaking wet. His boots are thick with mud as he stomps out the mud off of his boots at the entry, takes his cloak off and hangs it on a peg, and takes this hat off and shakes it. You can see his thick hair is like plaster against his head, and he's just completely soaked. He's shivering. And he looks over at the table and he nods and comes walking over. You can see his face is pale, his eyes are wide, and he sits down. One of the men slides him a flagon of ale, and he just grabs it and the Philip goes, "Curtis, slow down, man. What is it?" And he's just, you can see the ale's kind of flowing down his chin as he finishes the mug and slams it down. And I was out gathering the flock on account of the ill weather. Me and Dennis O'Barron, we found a little bit of blood. We thought perhaps something got after the sheep again. And well, you know, Dennis, he likes to take care of his flock. And I couldn't talk him out of it, but he went off following the blood trail. I could follow him as far as the Withering Trail, but after that, it just disappeared. I heard a horrible howl. Oh, it was some sort of wolf or something. And when I turned around, Dennis was gone. Oh, Dennis was gone. Wallace comes over with another round of ales and he says, "What's that you say? Oh, Baron is missing." It's happened again.
This happened just now?
Just an hour or so ago, yeah.
Has it taken people before?
No, but I'll tell you, when that cloud bank rolled in this morning, old Dennis said that it was an ill omen. He did. Out of nowhere, this rainstorm and the clouds and the thunder. Maybe he's just lost out there, but I fear the worst. I was coming to rally some of the men here, and I see the sergeant is here. Yeah, but we're not on a rescue detail. We're tax collectors. That's your own local troubles. Has nothing to do with us. Figures.
This Withering Trail you talk about, is that near the quarry that you guys also mentioned?
Yes. They all kind of nod and affirm. It leads up to the old quarry. Sure does.
You guys thought maybe whatever it was in the quarry?
When the sheep get too far south towards the quarry, that's when we've had the troubles. And looks like old Curtis here and Dennis hadn't paid any heed to what the rest of us were saying to stay well north of the Withering Trail. Well north, Dennis. I know, but some of the best grass is down there. We were pushing our limits a little bit, but we thought we could get away with it. And then the storm out of nowhere. It's unnatural.
Does the storm always come before one of these events?
Oh, we haven't had a good bit of rain here for quite some time, to be honest with you. Look, Dennis is out there somewhere. We've got to go looking for O'Baron. We've got to track him down.
I mean, what do you think, guys? We could go now. Though, and she turns back to the group and says, "If he's been missing an hour though, with whatever beast this is, I wouldn't get your hopes up that we'd be able to find him alive."
You
Right,
hear the
but
sergeant
sooner
shout
the
out,
better.
"Yeah, he's probably cuddled up with one of his flock, waiting out the storm down in one of them hollows."
Well, I hope you're right, because that would be a much better thing. But we could, she motions back to the group. We could see. We could go and check it out. Maybe?
You see Nori kind of shrink down a little bit, and then she just nods. We could do it now.
I
Alright.
could show you where it was, where I saw O'Baron last. I could take you back out there, and Ernest and Philip look at him and say, "Dennis, we've got to find Dennis. His wife's going to be worried sick. Come on, gather your things. Milton, we'll settle the tab later. We're going after O'Baron." Wallace goes, "Don't worry about it. Just find him, find out what happened, and maybe with these new folk here, these goat rescuers, maybe they'll be able to." Golden Shears, you say? Are you
Yes.
in the animal husbandry industry?
We're in the coffee business and the rescuing business.
Coffee
You wouldn't think
Mostly
they
the
go together,
rescuing
but often they do.
Cheers.
business
and goats.
and the locating of things business.
That too.
I would say we're in the rescuing of people, but we've only really found one live person before. So,
Cynthia, I have to stop saying that.
oh gosh,
Oh.
sorry.
No, I already fear that O'Baron's met his fate by whatever it was that was howling out there.
Well, you never know. Maybe it treed him and he's hiding out somewhere where he can't get away.
Yeah,
Could still be of the essence.
this
Should
could
go.
happen.
I sure hope so.
Get this stuff.
His wife Annalise is going to be worried sick. We should probably
Well-
tell her, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
Aye.
someone
She's
should
going to be
tell her.
worried about him not coming home.
We're not wife tellers. No. let's go.
Yeah, we don't sign up. We're not paid for that one. But we're gonna go into the storm right now and look for him.
Let's investigate first. Bring the news second.
No news to bring.
Well, he's missing.
Could have slipped. Well, maybe.
Maybe we don't. Maybe you don't say anything till we come back. I mean,
Yeah, could
could find it.
Could you
No need to worry.
bring us out towards the area where he went missing, and
course.
then you can like point us on our way, and you don't have to necessarily go any further than that, but it would be much
Oh,
appreciated.
No, you look at this guy who they've been calling Curtis. He says, "Oh no, Dennis is my closest and dearest friend. I'm not giving up until we find him, either curled up with little Lucy, his favorite sheep, or whatever else has happened to him."
Well, it's very cold and rainy out, so you got to, fend off hypothermia somehow, I guess.
That's mighty understanding of you in our ways here in Emridy. All right, well, off with us then. Let's go. We'll be
Okay.
here keeping the place warm for you when you get back. Ain't that right, boys? You hear the sergeant laugh, and his men, of course, laugh in concert with him as you pay up your tab, throw some coin down, perhaps, for Milton. Gather your cloaks and head back out into the stormy night. And Curtis, he looks at you as you walk out into the rainstorm, thunder cracking overhead as he pulls his cloak tight, and he reaches out his hand to shake yours, Desmond. He says, "The name's Curtis Tarrington. The man
call
we're
me
looking
Des.
for is my good friend Dennis O'Baron. I've known him since I was just a wee boy. Grew up together here in Emridy, and took over for our father's shepherding businesses. Things have been tough lately, but we've been holding on as best we can here, notwithstanding the pressure of those old charlatans inside.
Yeah, those guys are real jerks.
Yeah, tax collectors from Verbobonk my ass.
Do you think
that
they're
right?
not really from Verbobonk? Do you think they're just robbing you?
They're definitely not.
Me and everyone
representing
else in this town.
The Viscount too well.
Do you think they're just taking the money and not bringing anything?
It's for another
saying?
time. He pulls his cloak tight. We've got other problems ahead of us. We got to find Dennis.
All right, lead on. We're right with you.
All right, so he guides you out of town. The town, of course, being one of those spots where if you blink and keep your eyes closed for too long, you might miss it, even if you're on horseback. You find yourself following the road south over these rolling hills, the rain pouring down, these cracks of thunder and bolts of lightning that shoot across the sky up ahead. You almost have a bit of a concern, perhaps, that you might be exposing yourself not only to some sort of an animal, but possibly also to the elements as lightning cracks up in the clouds above you and lights things up momentarily. He pulls out a lantern and gets the lantern lit, and it gives off some faint light despite the rain coming down, and you can hear the drops of rain hissing off the hood of the lantern as it heats up. Everybody give me a survival check. Let's get some dice rolling.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit. That's how it's
That's
done.
25.
6.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done. I'm carrying you guys.
Everybody follow Nori.
14.
Okay.
It's so cold.
It is freezing cold at this point. So if you have warmer clothing or anything like that you might have put on, that would probably be helpful to you. You continue south on the road, and at some point he just kind of points, and you can hear him kind of shouting over the rain, and he says, "We'll take this goat path out about a quarter mile, and then we'll be able to find the Withering Trail, and I'll show you where we saw the remains. The blood splatters might be washed away by now, but I'll be damned. That's got to be where Dennis is. We've got to find old Dennis." You see Philip and Ernest come up. They're kind of slower than the rest of you, and they, all right, just 1 second. Gotta just take a breather for a minute. And Curtis is like, "We can't wait. You old boys gonna make it?" And they're like, yeah, just keep going. We know where to go. We know where the quarry is. We'll find you. The Withering Trail. Isn't that right, Ernie? You said it, Philip. We'll find him.
If it's getting pretty dark, Des will also take out his lantern and light.
Yeah, it's dark. If you combine the overcast clouds that have come in and blocked out any sunshine, plus the end of the day looming, it's become pretty dark. Occasionally illuminated by an arc of lightning across the sky as you head south. Now, Nori, as you're making your way following the leader, this Curtis fellow, obviously he is agile, knows the terrain as he is moving quickly. Most of you are having a little bit of a hard time keeping up with him, except for Nori. Nori, you seem to be following hot on his heels as the two of you are sort of pulling ahead just a little bit, not substantially, but he has a lantern, and you can look back over your shoulder and you see Desmond with a lantern, with Alrin and Xanthi as they're making their way. And then behind them, you can see another light that you just presume is probably Ernie and Phil as they're making their way along the trail as well, but they're a ways back at this point. The two of you are running kind of a fast walk run as you're making your way, and eventually he kind of stops and puts his hand up and he says, "Listen for a minute." You can just hear the thunder and it echoes. You can't see the fact that there's different topography here, but there is obviously some exposed rock and some terrain, because you can hear the echo of the thunder sort of like bouncing off of this hardened surface. And he says, this area used to be filthy with limestone. There's all kinds of quarries and and dugouts all around here. So watch your step where you're going. If you stray too far from the trail, you might find yourself in a pit of some kind. Be careful. He keeps running off in the direction of what you presume to be the limestone quarry. Go ahead, Xanthi.
Xanthi would like to use prestidigitation to warm her cloak up for an hour, so that she's not quite so chilly, and she'll actually like reach over and grab Dez's arm and do the same thing and like just warm his cloak up, because they're both like kind of falling behind.
Nori
This
will
is
turn
really
around and yell,
miserable.
"Stay on the trail. Holes.
Yep, we're coming.
Can't hurry up." And I'll zip off after
Curtis.
Curtis. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so you zip off after Curtis. The rest of you following suit. Alrin, is there anything that you're doing to sort of aid your progress along this narrow trail or anything else of note?
I mean, I figure I'm, probably running with them. If anything is troublesome to jump over or climb over, I've got my fancy boots, so I'm not really worried about balance. And I can see pretty well as in the dark, so I'm trying to be up ahead and
Okay. And Desmond, as you're moving, you've got your lantern. Is there anything else that you're doing to maybe help?
He'll just be he's gonna prep his rope and his grappling hook just to have them handy in case they need them.
Okay.
If in case he needs it, and he's just trying to keep up and stay warm.
So you probably would need to hand off your lantern while you're working with a grappling hook and rope. You can't really do that with one hand, but you can easily hand off your lantern to Alrin or Xanthi while you're doing that and getting that prepared. Everybody give me another survival check.
Better. 17.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Alrin?
11.
Okay. So, Xanthi, you start to catch up a little bit to Curtis and Nori, somewhere kind of in between, as Desmond seems to be falling behind a little bit. With his lantern lit, you can see him behind you. Alrin somewhere in between. You're sort of starting to break up along this ridge line. Desmond, as you're trying to catch up, you can see yourself falling behind as you were fiddling with your grappling hook and your rope and sort of like getting it ready and trying to hold on to the lantern. You get a little bit behind, and that's when you hear this howl from the darkness.
He's gonna quickly point in the direction of Xanthi and cast message and just be like, "Did you hear that? I just heard a howl."
Oh, no, I didn't hear it. And then she's gonna turn around to Nori and say, Des heard a howl in message.
Okay. Am I close to Curtis still, or did
you and Curtis
overtake me?
You and Curtis are moving. Xanthi's catching up to you, but you guys are in front.
Okay, I'll turn to him. They just heard a howl. There's a
Howl. Desmond, you heard it from behind you, like from where you had already been, and Curtis stops running and turns around and look back. You can see he's looking at you, Nori. That's when Xanthi sort of like catches up, breathing heavy as the three of you are stopped there.
I would have stopped when Des messaged me and then stopped and messaged, and then I would have turned around.
Sure. Okay, so you
Des.
turn around and Alrin, you're there, and you look back, and that third light that you remember seeing, the two old codgers, is not there. Whether that's something happened or you just can't see the light, you're not sure. And he looks back. Curtis looks back, and he says to you, Nori, "I'm sure they're fine. We've got to look for Dennis. I know Dennis. There's something wrong with Dennis."
Well, maybe the howl is where Dennis is.
Shit. Well, you're the animal rescue specialists.
Yes, we are. Okay. Well, let's turn around.
Fine.
Nancy's trying to find Des. Des! pointing and trying to message.
He still has his lantern out, so
Yeah, he would be easy to see at
he's
this
now
point.
kind of looking, trying to figure out where the howl came from.
Can Nori look at any tracks on the ground right now? She's proficient in survival, and see if anything has come through here. Kind of
Give me
recently.
a perception check
Okay.
or investigation if you want to actually like get down and really look around. But if you just want to do a quick glance, give me a perception.
I'll investigate, and I will use the advantage from chat that we just got.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Nice. You see a well-worn trail that you have been following. It looks as though it has been the vegetation is matted down. It is low in stature related relative to the taller grasses that are just off the trail. So this is obviously a path that gets used a lot. As you look down, you can see that there are some probably some sort of deer tracks that are really obvious to you, even in the rain that's starting to fill up the trail itself. There's a little quagmire of mud and some of the rocks are slick, but you don't really see anything other than your tracks and maybe some deer tracks on this trail.
So I am gonna logically make the assumption that nobody ran by this way, and confidently turn around.
There's foot traffic. There's no distinct there's no like foot imprint for you to identify other than deer tracks.
Okay. Well, if somebody ran by here in the last hour, maybe. Anyway, yeah, let's go back.
Fine. Oh shit. Philip and Ernie. Damn it. I knew they should have stayed back at the tavern. Damn. You can just hear him sort of like swearing under his breath as he follows you.
I don't have to look for 3 of them.
You guys all kind of gather up on this ridgeline, on this trail. Desmond, you give me a perception check. You said that you were trying to sort of see where the howl came from.
See if I can roll above a 3 tonight. Yes. Perception. That's a 19.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you get the sense that you're moving in towards the source of the howl, and also where you would expect Ernie and Philip to have been following you. So if you stay on the ridgeline, you get the sense that you're going to hopefully run into the 2 old shepherds.
Just in
the
case
rest of you are all there.
Pull out his crossbow.
Okay.
Just be ready.
So you got a lantern in one hand, crossbow.
I only need the one free hand. You know, for the pew pew. Okay, you got it.
He just stares at
Never
you.
mind.
All right, let's go. Come
Great.
on.
I thought we were.
Do this.
I don't know what's going on.
Xanthi asked you if you wanted her to hold your lantern,
Oh, I mean,
and then
sure.
you
can
didn't
take
say
it.
anything, so I just finished
Curtis
the
pushes
I
conversation.
past
didn't hear
you.
that part.
He pushes past you with his lantern and starts hustling forward. The rest of you follow, and you end up going back the way you came, maybe 10 minutes or so. And as you do, Curtis kind of draws ahead of the rest of you as he's moving really quickly. He knows this area very well. Nora, you're trying to keep up as best you can. And then he just stops. And he's just staring at the ground. As you catch up to him one by one, you can see that there is a pile of human flesh on the road or on this trail that was not there before. And you can see the torn cloaks that were once worn by Ernie and Philip.
Oh,
Curtis just
man.
drops to his knees. No. God, no. Why did they come? Shit. This can't be.
What
See if
can
we can
do
find
that
the trail.
so quickly?
Can Des tell if like the blood is leading off in a certain direction or anything?
Give me an investigation check.
Sorry. 13.
It's tough because it's raining so heavily that's just kind of washing things away. You know, it's diluting any really strong blood splatter of any sort. But as you're looking around and Curtis is kind of kneeling down just in front of this pile of what used to be these two old herdsmen, you look off to the side and you see an arm that looks like it's been torn from a body. Freshly torn.
Ernie and Phil have all their arms.
It's hard to tell. Like the bodies are mutilated, and you don't even think that the full bodies are there. It's like viscera, entrails, and then an arm.
Yeah.
Can we? I mean, do we have any insight as to like what could have done this? Is it like bludgeoning? Is it some kind of acid? Is it like? Because it seems like a lot of damage in a very short period of time.
They look like they've been torn apart.
Does this look like something an animal that we're aware of could do so quickly? Like
Give me a nature check.
That's a 16.
I mean, yes, there are wolves, there are bears, there are other predators out in the wilds that would be drawn to flocks of sheep, perhaps. The fact that something would attack humans is a little unsettling, and the fact that there's hardly anything left. And as Xanthi suggested, in such a short period of time, this seems like something more than just your standard sort of predator.
Not many natural predators would attack something in a rainstorm. You know, like not many go hunting when the weather conditions are crappy, unless they're starving.
All right, maybe it went off in this direction here. The Des is going to point to the kind of direction the arm ended up.
Yeah.
Just stay close. Nobody wander off.
We're about the
Let's stay
trails and the
together.
holes too. Stay on the trail.
What are we going to do with the bodies? What's left of them?
Come back for them.
We'll have to come back for
Probably.
him.
My God, this is terrible.
Let's keep moving.
He pulls himself back up to his feet. You can see he
You
mutters
okay? something,
maybe like a prayer of some kind. Maybe it's gratitude to Wicked Digit and and Garner for the advantages that they gave us earlier in the game that I'm now just seeing. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. He looks to you, Nori, and says, "No, I don't think I am. I don't think I'm okay at all."
We'll get to the bottom of this. We will.
I'm afraid my mind is all scrambled. I'll follow you. You're the sheep rescuers tonight.
Stay close.
Yeah, stay close.
Yeah,
Fall
let's
behind.
not get split up.
Don't want you to end up like these guys.
He reaches down and he pulls out a dagger. He says, "Nothing's gonna get at me without a fight, I'll tell you that much."
We're with you.
He
Let's
raises up his lantern and the five of you press forward, leaving the trail and heading in the direction of the arm. Is that what you said, Desmond? Kind of using that as a trajectory?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Nori should probably take the lead though, because she seems better at tracking.
Is
And
the
they can
hand
see in the
pointing
dark.
at all?
Does anybody have any skill or tools that might help them to track? Any items or anything of that nature that might give you an edge? Because it's pretty tough in this weather and at night. You do have the benefit of your lanterns, so that's helpful.
I have dark vision,
Okay.
60 feet.
Okay.
You're the only one proficient in survival.
Survival and nature. If I hear anything else.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, give me a quick investigation check as you look around, get your bearings. You see the arm on the ground. You kneel down and take note of it, looking at the scene about it.
11.
11.
Can
You
I
get a
take a look?
sense.
Because I do, as a bounty hunter.
Absolutely,
I look
you can
for
take a
bodies
look.
and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
That's an 18.
18, that's better. So you look down and you can see that there are what appear to be blood drops that are on some of the grass blades about 4 feet from the arm. As Nori's kind of looking down at the arm, you're just kind of looking around, you see that there's blood, and it gives you another point of reference as you start to make your way in that direction.
Let's go
I'll
hunting.
strike out in that direction. I'll go first because I have the dark vision.
I'm right
Okay.
behind you. Also the dark vision.
All right. Yes. 18.
Everybody give
18.
me a perception check. If you have dark vision, you can make a regular check. If you do not have dark vision, please make it at disadvantage.
15 for Nori.
Okay.
Also 15.
18.
Pretty good, despite the 21 for Dez, even though at disadvantage.
Wow. Very nice. Very
6
nice.
Oh,
with
yes.
16 and an
disadvantage
18.
for Xanthi.
6. All right. So Desmond, Nori, and Alrin, as you are making your way, trying to follow the trail as best you can, Alrin sort of taking the lead at this point and following the blood trail to the best of his ability. Desmond, you shine your lantern light up over your two companions that are in front of you, Xanthi and Curtis behind you, and you see something moving up ahead, and you swear that you saw something, some sort of a shape move across the grasses and then disappear.
Silently, Dez is going to just, get people's attention and kind of point in the direction to go towards the thing. And start moving in that direction.
Okay. You continue forward, the rain coming down, the crack of thunder. And as you crest this hill, you look down and you can see that there's some sort of a shape that seems to be hunched down in the grasses about 30 or so feet ahead. As the light shines from the lantern, the first bits of light catch that area. You see it's unmistakably some sort of a dog-like shape, something on all fours, but large. And strangely, it has this sort of like a white fur on it, a white hair. And as the light shines on it, it kind of turns its head and then darts off into the darkness and runs forward.
And does it move fast enough that Dez can't pop a shot off with his crossbow real quick?
Give me a roll initiative real quick, just you and me.
All right. 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that beats my 8. So yeah, you could get a shot off if you want. It's gonna be, it's gonna have to be quick. You've got it in your hand, you pull it up and take a shot. Go ahead and take a shot.
Not great. I think it's 13 to hit.
You take the shot and it goes into the darkness, and it's unclear if it found anything to impale itself upon. It's unclear if you hit anything.
He'll swear to himself.
As you guys make your way down the hill, you get to a spot and you can see that there are parts of clothing and some flesh inside of the clothing, as if it was carrying something, dropped it to feed on it, and then ran when you startled it from its meal.
Oh, this is definitely it, right? Gotta keep going.
We're near the quarry. You see Curtis kneel down and he picks up an old rock, an old shard of limestone. We're close.
Did
You
anyone
can-
get a good look at it? What is it?
Yeah, did I have like any frame of reference to be able to recognize what the
It
thing
looked like a
was?
large dog, maybe, or wolf. That would be your best
Look,
guess.
Yeah, Dez will kind of just pass that on.
Like a wolf, not a gnoll, because remember, we've seen a lot of gnolls.
It's big and
As you
hairy.
say that, you hear a howl from up ahead. You can hear it echoing off of the walls of some canyon-like feature. As Curtis is like, Dennis, we've got to find him, and he kind of bolts ahead a little bit and starts running down the hill,
Stay
following
close.
the
No.
trail of this animal. He is fired up now, and with determination, he makes his way down, holding the lantern as he's bouncing. Do you guys follow him?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dez will go
Yeah.
off after him.
Okay.
We don't let him get away from us. If we
Xanthi
can.
would like to try to mimic the howl.
Okay. Why don't we roll a performance check?
All right, we'll see how this goes. Nat 20 for a 25.
Wow.
From behind you, you guys hear a howl of a wolf that is like right on top of you. And you, with a start, you turn back and you just see Xanthi smiling, so proud of herself.
That was really good.
This one,
Oh, we wolfing now.
you are wolfing. You race down the trail,
Perfect.
trying to keep pace with Curtis. You can see his lantern sort of like bounding up and down as he's moving his way down this steep slope. And then you can see it kind of disappears. And you realize why as you catch up to that spot. You can see that you start to enter what looks like a canyon. Rocky terrain on either side. You can see the dim glow of the light just up around the corner. And you can see that the walls of this canyon start to kind of terrace themselves up a little bit. You guys keep following after them.
Yeah.
Following through these narrow slot canyons, you can start to see elements of boulders and piles of rock that look like they've been stacked purposefully in different locations, obviously getting close to wherever this quarry is.
Does this feel an ambushy? Or no?
Give me an intelligence check.
It sounds ambushy. Oh, that's like a 6. That's a 6. I don't know. Seems good to me.
I mean, you're following Curtis. Curtis is racing ahead, and then you catch up to him as he stops, and you can see that this sort of tight canyon opens up, and there's a broad, sort of flat, rocky area with what appears to be the remnants of an old wagon, debris piled up, perhaps the ruins of some sort of a settlement or the operations, perhaps of the quarry back when it was fully operational. And he shades his lantern so that the light is barely pointing in, and that's when you hear movement up above you, and a rock falls down, bouncing off the rock wall, lands at your feet, and he looks up. The rest of you look up. Desmond, as you shine your light, you see a wolf, a large white wolf, standing on a ledge above you, and it just growls. And then you hear another wolf howling.
There's more than one.
And then you turn back as you hear some footsteps coming from the way that you just came, and you can see that there's another gray pelted wolf creeping as if it's hunting, making its way up just to the edge of the firelight. And that's where we're going to take our break for tonight. When we come back, we'll find out what's about to happen with this situation.
I'm sure they'll want to talk it out.
Yeah. Parlay.
Cats it out.
Parlay. All right.
get
Well,
fancy
thanks
going.
everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you for the cheering and giving our players and our GM some advantages to play with. I think they're going to come in very handy here in this next little encounter as our Animal Rescue Society has embarked to save some sheep. They've lost a couple of shepherds along the way, but that's okay. We'll look on the bright side of things as we get into the next phase here. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We will be right back in just a couple of short minutes. Thank you. And we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this rainy evening in where I'm at in Minnesota. It's raining. And guess what? It's raining in the world of Greyhawk as well tonight. You might even say that it's dark and stormy. A big shout out to our buddies over at Tabletop Audio for hooking us up with some sweet, sweet dark and stormy audio, which you're hearing right now. We appreciate them for all the creativity that they bring to the TTRPG space. There's a link if you want to go check out their stuff. We recommend that you do. Now, they've got some really good stuff. And you can imagine now as we return to the game that you're walking through this narrow slot canyon with limestone terraces that rise up at pretty steep slopes above you. The sheets of rain that are coming down, you see like little waterfalls, these little cascades of water falling over the sides of these. The rain coming down as you hear the howl of wolves around you, and you hear one howl, two howls. You hear rocks that fall down from the terrace above you, and you look up and you can see that there's a wolf standing just perched above you ever so slightly. Behind you, as if following you through the slot canyon, you look back, Alrin, and you can see that there is a wolf sneaking up behind you. There's a small bridge, an old rickety wooden bridge that you now see that you passed underneath, and it is about underneath that bridge, not too far from you. All told, as you look around with the light of your lanterns giving off some glow, Curtis standing up ahead, but stopping dead in his tracks, that there are what appear to be at least 4 of these large gray coated wolves that stand at the ready. They have blood. Yes, they do. They've all been feeding on something nasty. And that, my friends, is when I would like you all to roll initiative, please. All right, let me get situated here as well. Okay. Okay. 25 to 20. All right. Hey, Armin, thank you. That's 4. I'll be damned. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, so that was Nori at 21. Let's go 15 to 20. 10 to 15. $12 for Des. Okay. 5 to 10. 9. Okay. So we got 10 for Curtis, 9 for Alrin, and 8 for Xanthi. Okay. Nori, you are at the top of the order as you see these creatures, which now you've confirmed. Wow. You've confirmed that they are, my dice are hot right now, wolves. What would you like to do? Yep. What would you like to do?
Myself.
Okay.
So, black eyes, white, everything, icy. I will, as my movement, then go back over to this guy right here. But I've already used my action. So that's my turn.
Okay, you're gonna basically charge forward towards the wolf. Let's bring up the map here so people can see what's going on. All right, that is your turn. I rolled fantastic initiative, so it is going to be their turn next. This wolf in the back is going to move forward towards Alrin. This wolf is going to jump up on top of what appears to be this rubbish pile. This wolf is going to meet your approach, Nori. And this one is going to jump down, scrambling down and land like right about there. Okay, so we'll start with Direwolf number 1 is going to make an attack on Alrin with a bite.
If Direwolf number 2 ran past Xanthi, does she get a attack of opportunity?
He basically like jumped over you, so I would say not in this case. Alrin does a 23 will hit you, I'm assuming. For a total of 7 piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw. DC is 13 or you're knocked prone. Alrin?
This was a.
This is
save,
a strength save, DC 13.
Oh, 19.
Yeah, you maintain your footing, although this thing and bites a chunk out of your arm as you put your arm up a little bit to kind of hold it at bay. Direwolf number 2 is going to pounce towards Desmond. I don't think a 12 is going to hit Desmond.
No, miss.
Direwolf 3 is going to attack Nori. That is going to be... that's going to miss with a 13.
Yeah, that misses.
Yep. And then the 4th one is going to leap off of this rubbish pile and land next to Curtis and try to take a bite out of Curtis. And that is going to hit Curtis. Let me bring up his stat block. Yeah, 15. Oh, Curtis. Yeah, Curtis is not, this is not good for old Curtis.
We hardly knew you.
Yeah, Curtis goes down.
Curtis.
As this thing just tears into his chest, pouncing on him with its front paws, pushing him down to the ground and just tearing out his neck.
Oh, no.
And let's get some...
Is he dead, since I'm right next to him?
Well, given the fact that he has only 4 hit points and I roll a total of 10 damage, he is dead.
Yeah.
That's instant.
Yep, he's
Right?
insta death.
Doubles.
Yep. Curtis goes down without even a cry or a sound. It's like he didn't even see it coming. That brings us to Desmond.
My Direwolf 4 is over 5 feet away from Direwolf 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see.
I don't even think a turtleneck could hide that wound.
Okay, Des is going to move a little bit closer to Xanthi down this way, and he still has the crossbow in his hands, so he's going to he's gonna drop that for now and pull a short sword.
Just drop it onto the ground at your feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take a swing at Direwolf 2.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm gonna make this green flame blade attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of my advantages. Thanks, chat.
There we go.
So that's pretty good. 28 to hit.
Jesus. Yeah, that will hit. Wow.
So that's 9 piercing.
Okay.
And 3 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, you drive forward with your blade, driving it into the chest of this wolf. As it took a bite at you, you step out of the way, you attack, you hit it, and your magic essence fires off this bolt of fire energy that singes the hair right around the entry wound where the sword punctured its hide, and it howls a bit. Arr! Yelps. Anything else from Desmond?
Yeah. Des is going to move one more space down this way.
Okay. All right, that brings us to, well, Curtis is gone. Brings us to Alrin.
All right. I'm going to take my sword and start swinging it around in a very entrancing motion in front of this wolf as I'm just staring at it as it tried to hurt me real bad, but I'm not having it. And I'm going to do a defensive flourish with my blade.
Smart.
And I'm going to use an advantage. Thanks, chat.
Thank you, chat.
Here comes the boom. That is a 16 to hit.
That will hit. That will absolutely hit.
Right. That is going to do 18 points of slashing damage.
Wow, nice.
Whew.
That's huge. What are you attacking with, longsword?
Yes, my magic longsword.
Yep. Anything else?
I'm going to take my second attack that I just got at 6th level.
Let's do it.
Whoa.
Just do that same thing again and you should be fine.
I would like to.
Yep.
I would really like to. That is a 24 to hit.
That will also hit.
For 11 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. 2 massive slashing attacks with your sword as you fend off this huge wolf that has chosen you for its meal. But nope, you're not going to go down easy. That's for damn sure.
Do you want to?
Do you have a bonus action?
You're mine.
Do you have a bonus action, or do you want to move at all?
I will. Not really much I could do moving wise. It's a lot of them down there. I'm bold. I'm moving to my friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to take a bite of opportunity, as they say.
He is. He is.
Yeah. 19.
My AC is currently 20.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. So
It's
that's
defensive flurry.
yeah, that was amazing. All right, so that's Alrin's turn. We'll go to Xanthi next.
Okay, little friends, now's your time. Come on out and help me. And she casts Spirit Guardians, and my little winged snake friends all materialize in the air and look at me, and then they look at each other and they nod and wink, and then they all turn into little six-winged fairies and spread out from me in an attack mode.
What is the distance again?
Normal Spirit Guardian range, and I'm not amping it up because it costs a lot of points.
Yeah,
to
what
amp
is that? What is normal
Is 15 feet
radius?
from
Yep.
me.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we've got that. Let me just do this.
And they will make their move when someone enters that, or they take their turn.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that's your action. Do you want to move at all, or are you good where you are?
I am in the center, so I think I'm okay.
All right, Nori.
Back to me already. All right. I will bonus action hex the wolf in front of me. Boom. And then take a swing. That's 16.
16 will hit.
Okay. So that is 13 damage, 2 of which are necrotic. And
Okay.
then my second swing, not so good. That's a 10.
10 does not hit, unfortunately.
That's it for me.
Okay, one thing that I'll say that you notice, Nori, as you channel your dark necrotic energy to hex this creature, that you can see that its eyes have this sort of red glow, and as you place your hex on it, they go black, just completely black.
Oh shit. That's never happened before.
That brings us to the wolves. So wolf number 2 and 4 are going to make wisdom saves. Xanthi, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
His he also has a wisdom disadvantage. That will
For the hex guy? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so wisdom. Okay. Is it a 14? I rolled a 15. And so 1 success and 1 fail.
Be 9 damage total.
9 total?
So,
okay, so
yeah.
Success. So
Rolled.
4.
Actually, it's pretty
And-
awesome. I rolled 3, a 3, and a 3, all
Oh,
like in real dice.
okay. Okay, and it is their turn, and this wolf that Alrin was wailing on is going to flee, as it was within inches of its life. These other two are going to make some attacks. First one against Alrin. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a 22 to hit. Ooh, I'm rolling terrible damage though. 5 piercing damage. Direwolf 4 is gonna looks like it can attack Desmond from where it is. This die is hot. That's also a 22.
That hits.
7. 10 piercing damage. I need both of you to make strength saves, or be knocked prone.
Xanthi's just behind, trying to hold out her arms, like,
Pretty
just
good.
fall.
Dirty 20.
That's good.
13.
If it meets,
That's
it
when he falls
beats.
forward.
So you guys both maintain your footing. And then Nori, number 3 is going to attack you. That is only a 16. I don't think that's hit. That does not hit you. Okay.
I want it to, though.
I know. All
I
right.
just want it.
That brings us to Desmond.
Okay, Dez is going to pull his other short sword. So he's now got a short sword in each hand. And he's going to take another green flame blade attack at Direwolf number 2. Oh, I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Do it.
Pretty good. A 19 plus, it's like 28 to hit.
Yep. Which one is this? Number 4?
The one by Alrin.
Okay, number 2. Okay, that hits.
And then it's a green flame blade attack, so it's a lot of dice. Math. Okay, that's 20 piercing with sneak attack.
Oof.
And 6 fire damage.
Tell me how you
10
tell me
fire
how you
damage.
kill this direwolf.
I see it just kind of going for Alrin with a bite, and he just kind of reaches out and slashes right across its throat. Offhand attack, I'm going to take a poke at Direwolf 4.
Okay.
That's not nearly as good. 16?
It still
To hit?
hits.
All right.
Yeah, it still hits.
So I just don't add the bonus, right, to damage.
Correct.
That's just 2 piercing.
2 piercing. Okay. All right. That was Desmond's turn. Desmond, do you want to move at all, or are you going to stay put?
No, I'll stay right here.
All right. Alrin with Xanthi on deck.
I'm sneaking in to Direwolf 4. Not gonna do a blade flourish this round. Feeling pretty good about it though. I'm still gonna move it around in a smooth fashion, but nothing extra. And here's to hoping. Don't let me down, die. Roll 1.
A 1 is not going to cut it, sadly.
You think?
Yeah.
I'll try a second attack. I'm obviously angry that the one wolf ran away.
Bartholomew.
Yes, we'll follow. I'm going to get him. So I'm going to follow up that one with a 20, by the way.
That will hit.
Why not? $15 damage.
Okay. Nice. Big hit on Direwolf number 4. And that's when you guys hear this loud, rage-filled howl from high above. It's obvious it's not any of these wolves. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Well, this is
I'm
the time
gonna
to use
roll
your
with
advantages.
advantage.
I would
Yeah,
like
I'm
to
gonna-
use mine with advantage.
And
Go ahead.
Advantage as well.
Go ahead.
Chat.
Thanks, chat.
Let me down, chat. Oh, actually, my die. Don't let me down, dice.
What'd you get, Nori?
22.
Alrin?
16.
Xanthi?
I got a 13, but let me know if I fail.
16 for Dez.
Xanthi, you failed.
All right, I'm gonna use my favored by the gods.
Okay. What does
See
that
if I
do
can-
again? You reroll?
So if I, so once per short rest, if I fail a saving throw or miss with an attack roll, I can roll 2d4 and add it to the total.
Okay.
Someone loves me. I just don't know who.
Everyone.
All right. Oh,
Who
gosh.
doesn't?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is an additional 4 points. Which shoot, what did I just roll? I just rolled. Come on. So 17?
Yeah, that passes.
Okay.
All of you are able to shrug off this sense of fear as you realize that the wolves that you're fighting are not the only creature in this canyon. Nori.
Okay. I'm gonna double down,
Mhm.
score off against this hexed wolf here,
Yep.
and I'm gonna do this swing with an advantage from the chat.
There we go.
Nori means business now. That's a 24. The hit.
24 will definitely hit.
Okay, that's a 15 damage, 3 of which is necrotic.
Okay.
Second swing.
Oof. All right. This thing is not looking good.
Okay. Oh, darn it. This one is an 11.
Did I get skipped?
An 11. Oh, did you not go?
Nope. No, I rolled my favorite by the gods for the wisdom save, but I didn't actually go.
Oh, all right. We'll come back to you in a second. Sorry about that.
Okay.
What was your roll there for the
11.
second swing? Yeah, that doesn't hit. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Xanthi, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna move my spear of death a little bit further, and hopefully I'm gonna. Can I
Oh,
get
hi.
both of them in? If I hold on a second. What if I did this? Hold on.
Yeah,
This.
I think they're
I can
all
see you running
technically
around in the
15 feet from you, right?
Will this get both of them or not?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll stay there, and then I'm going to with advantage, I'm going to firebolt the one that Nori is attacking.
Okay.
Uh, 24 to hit
That will hit.
for 16 damage, fire damage.
Okay. Nori, how do you kill this hexed wolf?
Well, I guess he's kind of on fire right now when I'm swinging. So
Yep.
I'm just going to get low to avoid the smoke fumes and like cut him out from the bottom.
Okay.
And then spin around, face Direwolf 4 and go, now you. And I move my hex to
Okay.
Direwolf 4.
Very cool.
Now has a
that-
disadvantage on his wisdom.
On wisdom. Got you. Okay. So at the end of your turn, you feel more than you see the movement. Something fast. Something terrible. As it leaps through the air, this massive bipedal wolf creature, and it just as it lands in the middle of all of you and is going to take its turn with a couple of attacks against Xanthi.
Oh, why me?
And I'm going to use my advantage, one of my advantages from the chat. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you guys for that. Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Ouch.
That's not going to be good. All right, so that is a bite.
What's your total to hit?
Total to hit is 29.
Yeah, I can't do anything against that.
I don't think you can with a natural 20, though, right?
I mean, no, I
28.
could do shield. And if he, oh, well, whatever.
You take 25 points of damage as it bites you with its first attack, and I need you to make a
Did you say 25?
25. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
And I need you to make a con save.
Okay, I'm gonna Ugh. I'm gonna do this one with advantage too because that's 25
smart.
is a lot.
Yep.
Okay. 27.
Okay. Now I need you to make a concentration save.
But that's the same save.
2 different reasons.
No, it's 2 different.
Ah,
It is what I think it is.
You passed the first
13.
one. Okay. That's successful. You maintain your concentration on the spell, right? It's 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. Half the damage would have been rounded down 12 and you rolled a 13. So you
Yeah.
managed to maintain
That's the way.
your spirit guardians. And this thing is going to take another attack at you, Xanthi, with its second bite.
That doesn't seem fair.
Dirty 20.
Shield.
Okay.
Good idea.
Exclamation point.
Yep.
Now my armor class is at 21 until my turn, which
Okay.
I actually think is not too far off, but okay.
All right. And then this guy is going to jump up onto this terrace above.
Did he take any points when he entered my...
No, he didn't. I'll make a
Okay.
wisdom save for him real quick. Go ahead and roll your damage. Ooh, that's pretty good. Dirty
Does
20.
get a attack of opportunity for that?
If you still have your
Did Nori
reaction.
get one?
If you still have your reaction.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Was he big enough where Nori would get one as well? I couldn't tell
Yep.
until he was gone.
Yeah, if you still have your reaction, you'd get one. What's
Yeah.
the damage, Xanthi?
All right, these dice are all going in the dice jail because my total damage is 5. I know. D&D Beyond didn't screw me this badly.
I
No.
need a dice tray.
I haven't actually got one, and it is...
Go
It
ahead and
is
roll
just as
your
sad.
opportunity attacks, please, if you're taking one.
11.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
Can I make that a green flame blade attack as well? No, on my reaction. Can't. I don't.
Mm-mm.
I won't do it. But I do get sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. Let's roll to hit.
Sorry, 22 to hit. There's a
That hits.
13
Yep.
Plus my 22 to hit, and then 21 piercing.
Okay.
I rolled some 6s and
Hell
a 5.
yeah.
Nicely done. All right. And then I'm going to use an advantage for this other guy as he's going to attack Alrin. These dice are hot. 23 to hit Alrin. That die, however, is not good. That's going to be 8 piercing damage. I'm getting rid of this guy. All right. But he does get 2 attacks, doesn't he? Nope. Nope, just 1. All right. That is his attack.
I assume I have to save.
Yes, you do need to make a strength save. Thank you. Or be knocked prone.
19.
That's successful. This wolf is going to back off. If you have a
Did he
reaction.
take his spirit guardians damage?
Nope. What was the damage again?
5
or something?
Did he go on the same time as the other guy? Cause
Yeah. Yeah, they're on the same
Oh,
initiative
then-
order.
yes, if they went on the same at the same time,
Mhm.
it would be 5.
Okie doke. All right, so he takes 5 damage.
Lame.
I know.
16 to hit. With
Yeah,
a,
that hits. That hits.
Reaction.
Yep. Roll damage.
9.
Yeah. He didn't get too far. You killed him. All right. He is dead. Give me a little description of how you put this rabid dog down.
Well, as this fearful dog tries to turn away, I just put the sword right in the back of its neck.
Yep, and it just drops in a
Bad
heap.
dog.
Okay. That brings us to Desmond.
Ooh. How high up is that thing?
It's about 10 feet up to the next terrace.
Let me just check my bonus actions here. Okay. Des will move closer to Xanthi. 1, 2. To here. And then, God, I don't really have an attack that I can make right now. Let me see what I got. Oh, yeah, I do. He is going to reach behind him, and a silvery blue chain will kind of erupt from his hand, grab a rock on the ground, and he's going to cast Catapult.
Sweet.
This thing.
All right.
So that is a that's a spell attack, right? Oh wait, no, it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
DC 15.
12.
All right.
Such a great spell.
Yeah, I like that one. All right, he's going to take 13 bludgeoning.
Okay.
That's my action. Yeah. Okay.
That thing hits him right in the chest, and he just kind of like shakes it off.
That thing's real big.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, really?
Stay close.
Anything else, Desmond?
Nope, I'm all done.
All right. Alren.
With my boots of spider climbing, can I get to him with 40 feet of movement?
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I wanted to hear. So I am going to start swinging the blade around almost like a whirlwind as I rush up there to do a mobile flourish.
Okay.
So I would like to go, if I can, right here-ish, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's fine. With 40 feet of movement, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, with the
It
10
takes all
feet
your
up,
It takes all your movement to get there, but you're able to do it.
That's cool. That's cool. So I'm going to do a mobile flourish. So I'm going to use advantage on this because I really, really want it to hit.
Okay.
And the green die is in timeout because I rolled 2 1s in a row with that, and thankfully I have advantage on the one of them. So we're using the massive die and the fire die. They seem to be doing okay.
Okay.
Green die,
Sure.
timeout.
Go for it.
So here's my hit. It's a
Okay.
hit.
How'd that go?
Mm-hmm.
It's jail.
Vamp?
No.
You got a little too cocky? Is that what that look on your face is?
Did you
Yep.
roll like me?
I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
poo.
that sounds like me.
on the
that's
first attack.
That's no bueno. All right.
Got a second attack.
Thank the gods.
We're gonna use 2 different dice.
So you're gonna use another advantage.
I'm using another advantage.
Do it.
Yes.
Use them if you
That
got
was
them.
Yep.
Foolish of me. To
I don't
be
think
so
Ben. I don't
silly.
think that's how it works, buddy. But
That's 24.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
looking out.
That's a 16 to hit.
if it meets, it beats.
Ooh.
Thank
Sweet.
goodness.
Yep.
So with my mobile flourish,
Yes, of
I'm
course.
going to move him 8 feet off the edge if I can and follow him.
Okay. Like right there, I suppose. We'll call it 10
Yep,
feet.
and I would follow him
down
and
down
then-
the ledge. So you're following him off the ledge down to a lower. All right, we'll
if he
put you
falls,
right here.
great. I can follow by walking down. I get to do that.
Okay.
And he took 15 damage.
15 points of damage. What kind of damage is this? It's a blade?
It is. What is that? Yeah, slashing damage.
Okay.
From the +1 longsword.
Got it. Okay.
That did not go exactly as I expected.
No.
I
He
had thoughts
is
of
going
glory
to, at the
from
end of
knocking
your
the
turn.
wizard off the tower. This didn't go that well.
Didn't really work as well. At the
Knock
end of
him
your
this
turn, he is
way.
going to take an attack on you.
Oh no.
I'm going to use my last advantage, as it is going to make a claw attack at you. Ooh, that is a 27 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yup.
11 points of piercing damage as it claws, or slashing damage as it slashes at you as it's falling down. You push it off the ledge. The two of you are kind of coming down at the same time. It reaches out and slashes through you for some damage. And that brings us to Xanthi's turn.
Xanthi is going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level, and she's going to twin spell it. She's going to reach out and touch Dez's arm and twin spell that heal. So that will be, we each take 12 points of healing. And she's also going to move 5, 10, 15.
Okay. Nori.
Okay, Nori is going to run her full movement to get over here. He's on the ground, right? He's not up on any kind of height of any sort
Correct.
right now.
He's at your
Okay.
level, except looming over the top of you.
And as I'm running by, I'm going to make the motion of grabbing the hex and saying, "Now you," and I throw it at the big nasty guy. Bonus action.
Okay.
And that will be wisdom disadvantage again. And I will take my swings with advantage from the chat. First one. Just smart move. That's a 22 to hit.
Yep, that will hit.
Okay, and 16 damage for the first shot, 4 of which is necrotic. Second swing, I will also use an advantage on burning them up. And that is a 17
That will hit as well. Nice job.
for 16 damage, 4 of which is necrotic.
Okay. Oh,
And then I'll go,
nice.
"Hit me!
Okay.
Dang it!" Bite me.
Bite me. He is going to leap at the end of your turn.
Wait, at the beginning of his turn, he
It's
takes
not his turn
damage.
yet. It's at the end of Nori's turn. He leaps.
He
And
gets to go on Nori's turn?
he sure does. And then on his turn, he's going to attack Desmond. As he has gotten himself out of
Layer action.
gotten himself out of that bullshit with those
Can we
berries.
take an attack of advantage? Or no?
An attack of opportunity.
Or yeah, sorry.
Let's see. No. Desmond. First attack is a claw attack. 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That's going to be 20 points of damage.
Oh.
And second claw attack. That's only a 19.
Des is going to cast shield.
Okay, smart.
So
Okay.
that puts me at 22 for the rest of the round.
All right. And that is its turn. So Desmond, it's your turn.
All right. That hurt really bad. Des is going to recover from the giant slashing attack, and he's going to turn around and try to slash him right back.
Okay.
I'm going to make this green flame blade attack, and still got advantages. I'm going to
Okay.
use one of my advantages.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
All right, so that will not get sneak attack, but let's see how I do. Oh no. 15 to hit.
15 does
think that
not
hits.
hit. Does not hit. But as you swing at this creature, which looms over you, having just taken a massive gouge out of you with its attacks, it's going to use its legendary action at the end of your turn to make an attack against you with its claws.
Well, I still have a bonus action.
Oh, it's not the end of your turn. Go ahead.
It's not the end of
Yeah.
my turn. So I'm going to bonus action disengage.
Oh, all right.
1, 2.
That's pretty smart.
I move back this way. It's really big.
Just healed
Mhm.
you.
All
You
right.
look terrible.
Well, in that case, it won't do that. Instead, at the end of your turn, it is going to leap up onto this terrace. That brings us to Alren's turn.
All right. Bonus action. I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself because I'm hurt. So I'm doing that at second level.
I had you in my sights, Desmond.
I know you did. I didn't forget to use my bonus action this time.
So how many feet away from me is he?
Oh,
Going
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I would say he's about 30 to 40 feet, probably 40 feet.
So using one of my flourishes gives me that extra 10 feet of movement. That puts me at the 40. I'm going after him.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to do a
can get-
defensive.
You can get like right
What's
here. You can get like
Yeah.
right to here. Absolutely.
Right.
You got your
So-
boots of climbing or whatever they are, spider climb.
Yes, and they are fancy. So this time, as
Of
I'm
course they are.
waving the blade around, it kind of is in a fashion of a shield in front of me as I climb up and charge towards it. It's always a good idea to charge at the bad guy, right? Right? Anyone?
What could go wrong?
All right.
Nori thinks so.
Yes. Well, I'm using one of my last two advantages that I have.
As you
These
should.
dice work. I'm not going to be cocky this time. 17.
Hits.
A hit. All right. $13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then I will take my second attack.
This thing is not looking great. As you are hacking it to bits. Nothing? All right.
I like those low single digits.
Yep. Yeah, why not? He's going to use his legendary action to howl. I need everybody. Let's see. Is it everybody? It's definitely Alrin. I need a wisdom save from Alrin. I'm going to say just Alrin based on the topography here. Throw that thing. Don't hurt yourself.
I probably will.
Don't do it. You don't want to sprain a thumb.
Or hold an aid.
You are now frightened until the end of your next turn.
Come back over here.
I can't wait.
All right, that was the
I'm
end of
above
Alrin's
you,
turn.
so y'all can't see me pee a little bit. Remember the invisible
Oh
thing?
boy,
man.
the whole
No,
tinkle
you can't
problem.
see it though. Can't see it. I'm up there.
He's got
Maybe
bladder
you hear
control
it.
issues.
Maybe
can't-
you hear it a little
Not with
bit.
the rain. Not with the rain. You
See
can't
it.
hear it over
You
the
won't see
rain.
it.
You're
Everything's
it's
wet.
well concealed. Xanthi, it's your
Yep.
turn.
Ugh. Xanthi's gonna twin spell heal Desmond, and Nori's been injured as well. Correct?
Nope.
No.
Nobody
okay.
has touched me again.
Then she's gonna twin spell Desmond and herself
About it.
again at second level because
That's right. You have the armor of Agathis.
I want someone to hit me.
You got to get in there, Nori.
Like
wah,
they
wah,
know.
wah, wah.
I keep doing it.
That one. We each take 15 points of healing.
Damn. That really helps.
Yeah. Okay. And she can't really climb up all that, so she's just gonna stay there.
Okay. All right, that's the end of Xanthi's turn. We'll go to the top with Nori.
I think Nori sees a little yellow trickling down that cliff face there. She is going to cast Misty Step
Heyo.
and boop.
Blap.
How
Yeah.
about now? I bet you didn't think I could get up here. And I will take my 2 swings. My first one will be with my very last advantage from chat.
Thank you, chat. Appreciate
Thank
you all.
Chat. 22, that's a hit.
It certainly is.
Whoa, this is a crappy roll though. That's 9 damage, 2 of which is necrotic.
Okay.
Nothing?
What do you mean?
Okay. I don't know. He said he looked crappy before, so just checking to see if he dropped. Okay, here's my
Oh,
second
I'll
swing.
let you know. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Ooh, natural 20.
Yeah,
Ooh,
burn
all right.
27.
All right. Let's get some
Okay,
damage.
So here we go. Oh, whoa. Okay, so that's nearly max. So we're doubling the dice, right? That's what we.
Yep, and
we
then
have-
add your bonus.
Okay, so 16 plus 8
Natural
necrotic.
20.
24 plus my everything else is 29 damage.
Whoa. Okay. You hit it with a massive, massive swing, and as your sword cuts through it, you watch as this blood sprays against the ground. It reels backwards. Anything else?
Bite me now. That's all I do.
Okay. That's the end of your turn, and it is this wolf-like creature's turn, and it is going to attack you, Nori.
Good. I'm actually excited.
Stoked.
Stoked to get bit.
Hashtag stoked.
Yep.
Can't wait.
That is an 18 to hit.
Meets it beats, yes.
Hey, all right. All right, so you're going to take damage, but also roll your damage as it...
Okay, it's an automatic 10 cold.
Okay. It is going to... this is a bite attack.
It's worth it.
Yeah, totally worth it. Oh, that's pretty good. That is going to be 20 points of damage. I need to make a con save.
Okay. $21.
Okay. It bites into you, and at the same time, your armor of Agathis erupts with this cold shard protective barrier, explodes, and this thing is shredded by these ice shards that emanate from your Agathis armor, and it howls, stumbles back against the stone wall behind it, drops to the ground, and you watch as it begins to transform from this bipedal wolf-like creature into this naked man who lays there completely eviscerated, their guts spilling out onto the stone in front of you, the rain pouring down, trying its very best to wash away whatever gore there might be, but nevertheless, you have disemboweled this man who was just moments earlier attempting to kill you as a ravenous werewolf-like creature. And we are out of initiative.
I'll just turn around and say, did you guys see that?
See what?
What happened? What's going on up there?
Somebody hit me. And he's dead. It's a come up here. He's dead.
Yeah, Des will start
Okay.
making his way up.
I'll scramble up there.
That was a man?
He transformed after he died.
Oh.
I was watching as I was hiding behind Nori.
Is this anyone that we recognize?
No.
Just got
Any
here.
markings on him or anything? Like, besides our battle?
You can
wounds?
investigate?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation roll.
Well, 12.
It's pretty good.
Looking him over pretty carefully.
Well, a couple of things you notice. First of all, he's dead. Secondly, you notice that he appears to be human. He looks as though he has been maybe living out in the woods. He does not look like someone from town. Okay? He's also naked. Dirty, filthy, his intestines and his organs split open and on
Well, we
full
did
display for you on the ground. But no other strange markings that you can see.
Wait, is this like catching? Who got bit? Did anyone get bit? I got bit.
Would we have would we know what a werewolf is and what happens?
I mean,
Around
everyone
them.
got bit.
Give me an Arcana check, Desmond. Or anyone who wants to, I suppose.
Pretty good at Arcana. Let me just check. 19.
21.
Also 21.
Okay.
Zell did better than I did.
I've heard some
I've read
stories.
about these before.
Yeah, certainly, Alrin, you have
shape
heard
changers.
all kinds of stories about werewolves, were-tigers, were-creatures, were-rats. And yes, indeed, they are shape-changing creatures. Most of you have heard stories that are more akin to bedtime stories about werewolves, but Alrin, you have heard other stories. Growing up with your parents being who they were, you have a little bit more intimate knowledge of what you know to be termed lycanthropy. The others, the rest of you probably haven't heard that term before, but Alrin, you certainly have, and that it is something that can be passed from a were creature to a victim that has been bitten.
It's like a curse.
Why are there so many curses around here? Like, everything's cursed.
Well, they bit all of us.
That's
No,
true.
I didn't get bit. I got clawed pretty hard though.
Do you feel like biting someone, Nori?
Not yet.
What about you, Alred?
No. No, I don't.
I will say this, Nori, your stomach begins to growl.
Well, I haven't eaten.
I know.
Okay. It's not wolfy.
It's loud though.
You guys, that was my stomach.
Is there?
Not another one.
Yeah, you
Des
were
is gonna-
looking at me when your stomach growled, right? You're not, like, hungry for the
No.
flesh of people?
No.
I mean, do I qualify as people? I don't know. I guess. I mean, is it specifically humans?
Yeah. I mean, I think other
What if-
people. Yeah, people can get it.
What about
Yeah, but what if you're not specifically human?
what if you're sheep?
I think you just need to be, two-legged.
Human-ish?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, good. Because that would be really bad.
Creature type humanoid. You guys hear something?
You know a lot of weird stuff. Is there like a spot that it looks like that it might have slept? Can I look around for something like that?
You could
Yeah, I
spend
was
some
gonna
time
ask, is there, like-
searching the quarry if you wanted to. Certainly. It's gonna, it's raining. You've got a dead villager laying in the rain right there. But yeah, if you want to spend some time looking around, you certainly can.
Still gonna be dead in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll take
Yeah,
you
'cause
longer
we're
than
gonna
10
go-
minutes.
we're gonna go
This is
back
a
to town.
huge area.
-4 villagers.
Well,
we could
we
bring
still-
this fella back.
We're still. Well, we're probably not
what's
missing
left of
that
the
guy.
other
He's
two up
probably
there?
here somewhere. Or
Maybe
over.
we should bring back a dire wolf, and mention the lycanthropy. But, like, I don't think any would believe. It just looks like we murdered some naked guy.
Well, we could try to drag them all back. That'd probably be pretty heavy, though, right?
I think one will suffice.
I think one wolf suffices, and then we just say that there are a lot more than this. That's believable,
Well,
right?
We could bring back the wolf heads.
We could do that. We have to bring these. Well,
We should bring back.
I guess they're
some
kind of scattered
proof.
everywhere, aren't they?
Should we hunt the
Body
one
parts.
that ran away?
I mean, after seeing this fella, I'm pretty sure he's the one that was killing everyone. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Those other ones weren't too nice either.
Dire wolves are bad for sheep.
And I still have my friends up for a little bit of time. If we could.
Can we track it? Is it bloody?
Give me an
Leave it a
investigation
trail?
check.
I am proficient in survival. Could track some tracks.
19.
This is going to go pick up his.
Yeah, there's
Light
plenty
crust.
of blood on the ground in the general area. And if you take a little bit of a few steps down that canyon, that slot canyon, you can see that there's a blood trail for sure.
Should we finish this job?
Yep.
Okay, I'm with it.
Right, Nori, give me a survival check to track this thing.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That is a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you set off. Now, let me ask you a couple of quick logistics questions. Are you taking Curtis's body with you? Or are you
mean, we
leaving
should.
Curtis? Are you
Oh, we
cutting heads off
should.
of wolves? What kind of things are you doing before you start tracking, or are you going to go track and then come back? What's your
I
plan
think
here?
we should track and come back.
I think so too, because he's getting away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
Like,
all
we-
of us need to track it, or should just two of us go quickly and get him?
Well, we don't know if there's more, so we should
Are
go
you
together.
talking about splitting the party?
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a
Some
really
of
good
us
idea.
can see in the dark and move. Do that.
Quick,
I don't
Let's
know.
just well, how long would it take to cut a head off? Like, we just need proof of one head. And then we can come back here.
Doesn't take long to cut the head off.
Yeah, let's take
If you're
one
just
in case
butchering it-
we can't come back for some reason or another.
Yeah. We need proof.
All right.
Just in case
Okay,
something's
just
happens.
put that head in. I wish we need a head bag.
So it
Okay.
takes
Des will go
you
chop one up.
it takes you about 15 minutes or so to get the head severed, cutting through all the
that's
sinew
really
and
long.
tendon.
That is really long.
Yep, it's a big head.
All my fairies would be gone by then.
Okay,
All right, here it is.
so you've got a head,
Mm-hmm.
direwolf head.
All right, let's go after this last one.
Okay,
Maybe
and just
the
to
last
clarify, you're not taking Curtis's body with you at this point. You're going to come back for that, or you are taking it with you.
That was the idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not
That's the
gonna
idea.
drag a human body around. Yeah, if
Did I
Gotcha.
see?
Gonna get
Was there a
dragged off,
tree
but
there
yeah.
on the top of that cliff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, an old
Can I
gnarled
put him
tree
up? Can I put him up there?
Curtis?
up in the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While the
Stash
head's
him.
getting cut off? Yeah,
I might-
right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Climb up the tree,
Off.
put him up there.
Yeah.
Someone else
I
is
think
gonna
you could
come
do
up on
that.
This scene.
That's fine. Okay, so you guys head off trying to track this thing. Nori, what'd you get for your survival check?
I got 16.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to follow the blood trail. It gets even more distinct the farther that you go. The rain fighting its best to wash it away and to obscure the trail, but nonetheless, you can tell that this animal is probably mortally wounded by the look of the splatter of blood. And you find this creature curled up against a rock wall, just sort of shaking and panting heavily. It just kind of looks up at you with these red glowing eyes and just bars its teeth at you as it starts to see you, and it struggles to try to stand up. I'll give you an opportunity to take it out. You don't need to roll if you don't want to. You shoot with your crossbow, or you come up and you dispatch it. You put the creature down quite easily, and you have, for all intents and purposes, you have, to your knowledge, put down whatever this pack of strangely behaving wolves with glowing eyes. And
do
the
any
leader,
kind of arcana against the glowing eye part. Like, do we think they were possessed? Do we think they had eaten something bad? Like,
yeah, you don't need to roll anything. It's definitely not indigestion. It is definitely some sort of magical effect.
right.
There's
I mean,
something
I
weird
didn't
about
mean
these creatures.
Indigestion, but
Yeah.
they could have consumed something magical.
Nori
If you
will also-
wanted to, you could cut them open to look
Magic
inside.
rabies.
That would be more of a medicine check, and then you would be able to see like what they ate and that kind of thing.
I mean, that would just be a lot of humans, but okay, sure, why not? Just a quick
Nice.
one and done. We'll see if this is a
Maybe.
good roll or not.
Maybe we'll find Arnie and
In this case, give me a survival
Ugh.
check.
Phil.
in the stomach.
17.
Yeah, you get in there with the blade. You guys watch as Xanthi kind of steps forward, pulls out a dagger, cuts open the belly of this thing, and all of its intestines sort of fall out onto the ground in its stomach. You cut open the stomach. You can just smell the horrible smell of digesting meat, and you can definitely see that it has been feasting on sheep.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a gut full of sheep.
So maybe the dire wolves weren't eating people. No, we saw the one was totally eating a person.
Mm-hmm.
It ran
They're
away.
eating whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus the
Also,
dodgy
their
eyes.
eyes went black when I hit him. That was weird.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be red either.
Could have been under control of the other one.
Then that should have ended when it died, right? So it shouldn't have still had red eyes.
Did that one have red eyes when we finished it by the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
The one just now. Yeah. Are there any kind of like markings or anything like that on the body?
Of which body?
Like any traces of magic, like writing or any the wolf body?
The wolf. There are
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
Yep. It looks, other than the fact that its eyes were glowing unnaturally, it looks like a large wolf. You've seen wolves before. This is a dire wolf, so it's much larger than sort of the wolves that you may have encountered before. But
that
the
were
fact that its
creature-
eyes were glowing is unsettling and unnatural.
The were creature made a distinct howl, right?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to do that with minor illusion.
Okay.
See if I get a response.
I'm gonna plug my ears if I know he's doing this.
I'm gonna listen.
Give me a performance check.
Well, I hope so. That's a 16.
A 16.
It's pretty good.
You hear Alrin do his best impersonation of the blood-curdling, rage-filled howl of the werewolf creature. And you let it out, Alrin, and you feel pretty satisfied. Felt good to do that. And that's when you hear a response call. Arrgh! And then a yip, yip, and then a yip and a yip, from all different directions. And then you hear a that echoes down the canyon walls.
I know
Back
why
from-
its eyes were still red. There's more. And I thought maybe that was the case.
And it
this
is the
place
case.
Lousy with them.
And that, my friends, is where we are going to end tonight's session, as your companion Alrin has perhaps wittingly or unwittingly called to the rest of the pack. And I guess we'll find out next week
Oh boy.
how that turns out.
The leader
great.
of the pack.
A room. And here I thought you guys were going to make a quick getaway.
Oh no.
Hey, there we go. That's D&D in a nutshell. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being with us. We took a 2-week break and we're back. Feels so good. Great adventure tonight, tracking down the source of these terrible sheep murders. Our Animal Rescue Society team is on the case and appears as though they still have work to do here outside the small town of Emridy. And we will come back next week and figure it all out. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for jumping in and helping out our players and our GM with some pretty wicked attacks. Some awesome moves that our players did. That was an awesome battle. And yeah, so there we go. We'll come back next week and get after it again, see what happens. In the meantime, let's go around the table and have my friends reintroduce themselves. If you got anything that you have going on that you want to plug, please do that. Let's go ahead and start with Chad again. Mr. Vamp Wickman.
Hello, everyone. Chad here, Vamp Wickman. You can find me here on Tuesdays for Heroes of Greyhawk. Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm on the Gary Con Live channel in a game run by Garner, who's in the chat
Heyo.
trying to kill me. Always trying to kill me and the rest of the party. I don't see too many DMs with as much glee as he has doing damage to the party, besides when I look in a mirror when I DM. Anyways, besides that, I just want to thank Dave for running the game. It was a blast.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks for the rest of you. Always brilliant playing with you. Thanks for the all the bits from the chat. And
Totally.
well, it's not raining here, but it will be raining here tomorrow, so I'll have to deal with that crap. Thanks. It's probably the same storm
It's
system.
headed
I
your way, my
appreciate it.
friend.
I appreciate it, Dave.
Yep, you got it.
Thanks.
Sending you much love. Thanks, Vamp. Great to have you back. I tried my damnedest to kill you, but whatever. That's the dice. Let's jump over to Shelly. Shell, what up?
What up? What up? Hey, it's Shelly, also known as Flea Monkey. also known as Hey, It's Flea Monkey, out in the Instagram and the threads. You can also find
Threads.
me on Wednesdays with Tythalanos on his channel playing Pathfinder, and a show that some of these other people are in on Thursday for 2 more weeks. Ashley will tell you about it. And then next month we're doing Tales of the Whisperwood.
Oh,
So
yeah.
get excited for that. Let's start
There's
the
a
hype.
lot coming up. There's a lot coming up in June. That's for sure. Thanks, Shelly. Great to have you back. Reprising your role as Nori.
And I got bit.
And you finally got attacked when you had your Armor of Agathis up. Wow, that must be a relief.
That was a glory kill. What a moment.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Thanks, Shelly. Great to have you back. Let's jump over to Ashley. Ashley, tell us what's up. Tell us about the Undying Sky, everything. Give us the lowdown.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, also known as Minnesota Muse. You can find me as Minnesota Muse on our Discord on Blue Sky and as Minnesota Muse 99 on Threads. And I am a DM on Thursday nights. 2 more episodes until we wrap this up for the summer. But the game is The Undying Sky, and it's my Oops All Warlocks campaign. 2 of these lovely friends are playing in it, Shelly and Andy, and I have forced them to sign up with a dark god who wants revenge, and they're doing stuff like talking to severed pigs' heads, summoning dead rats with a pipe, like having chicken battles out in the forest. Like, it's a really good time. Come by, check us out. Just 2 more Thursdays, and that's it. So we look forward to seeing you there.
Right on. Thank you, Ashley. And last but certainly not least, Andy G3D. Wow, that was a tongue twister.
Me. Hey, everybody. My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D here on Twitch. You can't find me in a lot of places on the internet, but you can find me hanging out over on our Discord. So come check it out. We have fun hanging out. We run Shadow Dark on our Discord and sometimes stream it. So definitely come check that out. You can find me here every Tuesday night playing Desmond. Dodged another curse tonight, thank goodness. And
you think?
Yeah, and playing Gren on Thursday nights in our Undying Sky game. So come check us out. We have a lot of fun.
Thank you, Andy.
As well.
Glad to have you back as well, my friend. And thanks for also producing The Undying Sky, which is a huge task that we really appreciate. A couple of quick announcements from my end of things. We have a big June coming up. As Shelly suggested and indicated, we will be bringing our good friend Shiv back to run part 2 of Tales from the Whisperwood with myself and Shelly and your boy Big and Tony Shaw playing. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be really fun. It takes place, I think, 2 years after the first 4-part arc. And so we're excited to get back into that. On top of that, on Thursday nights, we will be starting up our new Carbon 2185 game, which is run by Dungeon Mr. Ty and has a fantastic cast of people, including Lamar the Con Guy, myself, Udahime, and Alan Henry. And it's going to be freaking awesome. I'm so excited. We've got some fun people that are jumping in, and we're all going to be playing in a world of cyberpunk and goofiness. So really stoked about all that good stuff. So make sure that you keep an eye out for what we've got going on. If you want to check out some of our past stuff, head on over to our YouTube channel. And I guess one of the best ways to get in, kind of keep in touch with us is through our Instagram, which I think I've got a link there. Yep, there's a link to our Instagram and our Twitter and our Facebook. Follow us on all the socials to stay up to speed. We are going to be channeling some positive energy towards our friend Christian down in Brazil. We know the people in Brazil are dealing with some serious flooding. If you have the means and it feels right for you, I do have a link here to a flood relief through the UN you can go and check that out. And if you feel like it, give some money to help them out. Or if you want to help Christian out, you can go over to their CZRPG Patreon page and check out what they have going on over there. Much love and support to Christian. Since he's supported us for so long. And I hope everything's okay. Looking forward to hearing an update from him. We are going to go ahead and raid into our friend Vancouver by Night. So please give them some good old fashioned Guild Superior love as I get this raid going. Thank you everyone for joining us. Let's do it. Let's say hi to storyteller Steve and the gang as we dive into their story. We'll see you on Thursday for the Undying Sky, my friends. Take it easy. See you next time.